Welcome to beautiful historic Charleston, South Carolina on this lovely spring day. My name is Larry. I'll be your guide as we make our way through the city. And on the third row?
Georgia, Oklahoma, Texas, Boston.
Y'all all came in together, right?
We did? Yeah.
All right, so y'all just got together in Charleston?
We all went to high school together and we have a trip every year.
Oh, fantastic, fantastic. The Yellow House is known as the baby of the Battery. It was built around 1925. There was a large mansion that occupied these two lots. It survived the war. It survived this general area is referred to by locals as the Battery. If you take a look out across the harbor, the island you see out there with the flags on it, that's Fort Sumter. On April 12, 1861, Confederate soldiers at Fort Johnson at the end of James Island opened fire on the Union soldiers at Fort Sumter at about 4:30 in the morning, thus beginning the war between the states.
Are these single-owned homes?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, wow.
This home on your right, this is a house museum. You can tour this one. This is owned by the Middleton Foundation. The Edmonton Austin House. Descendants of the Austin family. They live on the third floor. He manages the Middleton Foundation. This home has 90% of the original furniture, Austin furniture, when they lived in it. It's pretty cool. General Beauregard, he stood on that second floor piazza and watched the bombardment of Fort Sumter. Now this home, they have a bed and breakfast in the back. It's called 21 East Battery. Stretch of pre-revolutionary English row houses in America. In the 1930s, this area of the city was a slum. It was real close to being demolished. A lot of vagrants down here. It was not a nice or a safe place to be. Judge and Dorothy Legg, she was a founding member of the Preservation Society established in 1920. They purchased the pink house we're going to pass just right up here on the right and remodeled it. Their friends thought they had lost their mind. What were they doing down in this part of town in the first place? Once they finished it, they invited all their friends over to show them what they had done, and they all were just amazed at it. Well, Judge and Dorothy, they bought another home, and all their friends started buying up the other old row houses, and they brought this area of town back to life. They saved the road. The road gets its name from a photographer who came to town in the 40s. They say he set his camera up in the street and looked through the lens and went, oh, it's a virtual rainbow of color. Rainbow of color. The first floor is where they did their business. They lived on the upper floors. There was no interconnecting stairway between the first floor and the second floor. To enter the residence, you entered through what was called a garden gate that went to the back of the home where you access stairways up to the house. This is the last building built in Charleston with English money. It was completed in 1771. The balcony, you see, the citizens of Charleston assembled in the streets. The Declaration of Independence was read to them from that balcony. The only other place this occurred in America was Independence Hall in Philadelphia. 4 signers of the Declaration of Independence from South Carolina were elected in the Great Hall in the building. 3 of those signers were later imprisoned in the dungeon below the building for a short period of time during the British occupation of the city. George Washington came to town in 1791 during his tour of southern states. He was entertained in the Great Hall 4 times. They say George danced with some 250 women when he was in town. Martha was not with him. You have to remember, George, back in the day, he was the rock star of the country. Revolutionary War hero, first man elected president of this great experiment of ours. Everybody wanted to be supported. The fashion of the day was French. the indigo blue suits and the white ruffly shirts. All 6'3" of them wearing a black suit with a yellow shirt. Can you imagine the entrance how man made when he stepped into that room?